How a woman should signal a man to approach in 2024. Okay, real life examples over the past couple of days here. This is a story of 7 women. Whenever a woman wants an approach, is often given as a telepathic vibe, which is trash. I pick up on it, but I find it to be bad framing for masculine approach. And here's why. I'll explain. So, yesterday, I had an interaction with a woman. This is the first woman in this example, and this interaction kind of bothered me. I'll get into that later though. This afternoon, I was at a health store on the nicer side of town, and I noticed the employees, besides the weirdo dudes that work there, consisted of like 5 attractive, slender brunettes, one was blonde, in their younger 20s, which are my type. Only a few natural blonde girls have I ever actually been attracted to. Most of the time there's a blonde girl that is like bad, I swear. Look at the eyebrows, they're brown. That girl is a brunette, dog. That's just me. Anyways, and then there's an additional woman in the store during this story. She was a customer, a blonde woman dressed like a scamp. I'll just say attractive, pretty, didn't seem trashy, but just dressed the way that she should be if it's like in private, you know? Anyways, so of all these women, I caught the sense that, look, I have to read the notes. I do too much in a day. I'm reading the notes. Y'all can just not deal with looking into my pretty eyes for a second. Of all these women, I caught this sense that they would all appreciate an approach. I know certainly I would have gotten the contacts of them if I would have just simply asked. I first noticed the cashier as I walked into the store. Tall, but covered up with like a face mask. Like, this is a health store. It's on the nicer side of town. These girls are liberal. They're young. They're pretty. But it's like, come on, it's 2024. You got the face mask on. It's a little too liberal even for me, and I like them liberal. Then I saw this girl in the vitamin section. Hold on. I'll go break. Okay, so I saw this girl in the vitamin section, and you know, I like girls that work in vitamin sections. I saw her, she looked pretty, she's petite, brunette, she had a bandana on, and I'm like, okay, I need help finding something over here, perfect. So I go up to her and I'm like, hey, you want to save me a few minutes of my life? Give her what I need help finding. And then she's like, yeah, really enthusiastic. I do want to save you some minutes of your life, Mr. Tall, Handsome Guy. And she runs over and she finds what I need and then she gives it to me. It was the wrong size, by the way. So if you end up watching this some way or another, I want you to know, bad girl, it was the wrong size. I had to walk back like 3 steps to get the right size. Anyways, so she gives me what I need. I go, hey, I like your bandana. And she goes, thanks. Yeah, it's the same color as the brand of the store. And you know, you can tell she's like socially opening up like a flower to me. And it's like, yes, I understand. Okay. And I walk away. Later, I come back in a couple minutes. I'm like, I'm looking for, you know, face wash or makeup wash or face scrubs. And she's like, oh, wait, it's over here. No, wait, it's right by you. And then she gives it to me or I take it or whatever. She's like, if I can help you find anything else. At this point, I'm like, okay, I like this girl's energy. She's submissive. I'm going to get her contact. I'm going to finish shopping, do all that, come back and be like, what's your Instagram? I continue with what I'm doing and I'm in the grocery area and what I'm looking for is like some niche stuff here and I'm not trying to waste my time. Lord knows he only gave me 24 hours today. So I see 3 workers. They're all, you know, pretty. And I'm like, I'm gonna go ask the prettiest one. So I go to the prettiest one and here's where we get to the gist of everything. This is what the whole video is about right here. Women, this is how you do it. Listen, girl, if you're watching this, yes. This is how you absolutely do it. You have some sort of skill that I don't know if your mama taught you it or something, or your dad taught you it or something, but if girls had this skill set, they would have a much more successful life interacting with men that they're interested in. So every other girl, I want you to listen right now. I'm gonna tell you what she did right, and then I'm gonna tell you what this girl from the other day did wrong. I say, this is what I'm looking for. She runs to go get it. I say, hold up, I'm running with you. I'm athletic too. So we go and we get it. And then she's like, is there anything else? I'm like, yeah, need this. Okay, it's over here. She gets on her knees. Good girl. I get on my knees with her. You know what? We're out here getting this done together. Let's make things happen, girly. So I get down there, we're looking, and she's like, I can't find it. She's like, I don't know where it's at. It should be right here. And I'm like, I agree with you. I can't see it either. So then I'm like, you know what? No, I think that it's different because it's different in this way. And then she goes, She gets up, she runs to her coworker and she says, hey. And I'm like, wait, I just found it. You didn't have to run away and be so frantic. It's right here. And she goes, good, okay. If I can help you with anything else. I said, yeah, this. She says, wait right here. This is it. And you know what? Before that happened, she made sure to make eye contact with me. And every time she exchanged an item with me, she brushed up and touched me. This is what women need to do. It's like the equivalent of when women used to drop the handkerchief to let a man know, look, I want you to approach. This is what you have to do. The telepathic stuff doesn't slide, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's really bad frame for a man. If you're sending the telepathic signals, you're not gonna be happy even if he approaches. If he approaches and he's approaching essentially off of telepathic signals, then he has to come to you and just basically be like, you're pretty. Can I get your number? And you're not gonna like that. You're gonna be like, ew, icky, intent, gross, get away from me. What you need to understand is men are going to show slight intent. We're going to like compliment your bandana, or we're gonna like gawk at you a little bit. And then in that moment, you showcase servitude, and then he's gonna come, or you drop a handkerchief, and he's going to come and get that number, and it's gonna be organic, and he doesn't have to like demasculate himself. Listen, I don't demasculate myself for an approach. So like, if I'm gonna approach, it has to be organic. You can't just send your little telekinesis powers. We don't do that. So I want you to understand, we're not done with this story. I'm still in the mindset that I'm getting Vitamin Girl's contacts. This girl, I say, I need this too. She says, wait here. I say, whoa, you were being submissive before, but submission can be used to control a man. Now you're showing servitude. Okay, girl, go off then. She runs, gets it, brings it to me. Good girl. I said, okay, bet. I'm getting your contact when I get out of here. So now I'm walking away. She's like, hey, name's Ari. This isn't her actual name. Hey, name's Ari, by the way, like Arizona, ha ha ha. And it's like, okay, great. I was like, I'll shout if I need you. And hindsight later, I shouted and she wasn't there. Okay, so I go off, wrap things up. I'm in the mindset of I'm going to now get the contacts of both of these girls. And they're gonna have some sort of interaction about it, and it's gonna be, you know, and to get hindsight, after I talked to, you know, girl who did everything right the first time, I saw her go to Vitamin Girl and they kind of like talked about it to each other or something, or it was before, and I talked for something like that. They did that at some point, I can't remember. And they talked to about each other. So the vibe in the whole room is this. I'm going through the aisles, the girl who's blonde, who's dressed kind of like a sloot. It's like I knocked at her once, let her show my intent. She's like hoping I approach. I never do. She's just like a twit. She's starfishing on the approach. Like, what are you doing? That might have been like too graphic, but you know, that's what it is. You're starfishing on the approach. Don't starfish on the approach. So anyways, I wrap things up, go to checkout. Girl at checkout is like, yeah, she's like making open spaces for me to make conversation. She's being sweet and polite, and you know, you can feel the tension, and she wants me to do something, say something. I'm like organic and just chilling, and it's like, come on, don't treat me like this, don't do this. Like, just I'm not going to lower myself and be like, so how you doing today? Yeah, you're real pretty. I'm not gonna do it. It's so demasculating. And then the girls, they always act like afterwards when you walk away, no, man, like, you're not God. I'm not going to treat you like God. You need to showcase. I will show you that I think that you're pretty. Then you need to show me that you can be of service or do something. Like, I'm not even expecting you to do anything, but like, you have to understand in 2024, women's mindsets are they think they're God. So like, if this was back then, yeah, sure, I go approach whoever I think is pretty, that's fine. But if I go approach you, you're gonna think that I'm some sort of simp, and that I'm not just a guy who just thinks you're pretty and wants to approach. You're gonna think like, oh, well, nothing special about me. Why does he even want to approach? Oh, that made me feel really good. Now I feel real good, and he showed intent. I'm not interested. Like, screw all that noise. Screw all that noise. Listen, this video is way too long for me right now. I wrap things up at checkout. I'm mentally like, okay, I've actually decided I like so much how that girl behaved with me. I'm gonna just get her number and not get the first girl's number. I don't really like facilitate and like making girls like compete against each other or anything like that. But in this case, like there was a winner, and the winner, like it doesn't deserve to be like, oh, you just thought we were both pretty. No, like I like the way you interacted with me. Went to the bathroom, washed my hands, came back out, got everything ready to go, looked through the aisles, can't find her. Ari, where are you? So I go to the back, I open the back, I go, Ari, you know where all the employees are? And then the other girls are like, I think she's on the floor. And it's like, is she passed out? Did something bad happen? So I go and I look for her, can't find her, come back out, go, open the door, and it's like, hey, Paige, Ari, tell her to come to the dairy department. So I go, lean, sit up, wait against the little thing. Ari to the dairy department, Ari to the dairy department. Dude, this girl comes around the corner like that with some sort of clever banter in like a second. She's there, she comes and she kind of like ladles up right next to me like, good girl, you know what to do, I'm so proud of you. And then I'm like, hey, I gave her my phone, I'm like, you have an Instagram? Actually, I deleted all my social media a couple of years ago. And then she's like looking at it like she wants to give me her phone number. She doesn't want to go through my phone, so I grab it, go to contacts, I'm like, here, her phone number. She's like, yeah, and she puts in her name, puts in her phone, gives me the phone, and then it's like, okay, I'm like, all right, bye. I never introduced myself to this girl, not once, because you don't need to. Look, there's frame and it's all right, and there's correct dynamics. You don't even need to say, hi, I'm da-da-da-da-da, you look pretty. It doesn't need to happen. It's vibes, dog. So the thing is that girls, you can't starfish on the vibes. I leave, I'm like, okay, bye. She's like, wait, what's your name? And I'm like, my name's Dagan. I shake her hand. She was a little confused by that. Chivalrous guy a little bit. I know I'm a douchebag, but still, like, I open doors for girls. I'm like a chivalrous guy. So then I try to walk away again, and she's like, wait, my name is, and then she actually gives me like her full long name, which is a very unique name, very pretty. And I go, oh, and she goes, just in case you want to try to figure out who I am. Tiki. And I just go, oh, and walk away, turn around, and she's like, what the fuck? I send her my name to the phone, text it. She waits like 6 hours to heart react it, let me know she got it perfect, like perfect. She didn't like text me right away on some psycho-ish. She waited to make sure I didn't double text or do some crazy-ish. Like perfect. This is exactly how you do it. Now it's in my court and I can actually reach out to her when I'm ready to reach out to her. So ladies, listen, the point of this being, this is how you get approached in 2024. You showcase servitude. You drop the handkerchief. Last part of the story, because it's a long video. Yesterday, I was at a different grocery store, just trying to get something really quick. I walk in, there's a lady who's got some, you know, in the body, and she's wearing athleisure, but it's like in makeup, like she's clearly coming in here trying to get approached. You like don't even look like you were working out, and you don't look like you're on your way to a workout. I cross paths, I gawk at her, but like when I gawk at a woman, understand I'm looking at, like all I'm doing is I'm looking directly at the assets, and I'm not like, ooh, I'm just looking at it and I'm waiting for them to see that I'm looking at it. I let them see that I'm looking at it. This is how I show slight intent. You look at what you want to look at, let it be, don't let it overwhelm you. You're a man of God. Let it be. She sees that, and now allow her to showcase servitude. Have an organic moment happen. Don't go pursue her. Do your shit, bro. Do what you gotta do and just let it be. She will come to you, dog. So she comes to me, but she starfishes. Listen. So I go, I get my stuff, I go check out. She comes up to self-checkout right next to me, right when I show up. And you can feel it. You can feel it. And I'm like just chilling, dog. You can feel it. She's like as close as she can possibly be to me on the self-check. Like, this is not socially normal, the closeness that you're having right now. I do the same thing because, you know, I'm a lover boy. I'm a tease a bit. And so I'm kind of like just feeling like in me, like I want to approach, but I know that the only way I can truly actually approach without it being like demasculating is I just hand her my phone and I go, I don't even say anything. It just has like Instagram open or a contact open. I just let her do it and I don't even look at her. This feeling, because like, what do you want me to do? Looking like, hey, you're really pretty. Can I get your phone number? Oh, wow, you buying apples today? Like, I'm not going to do that shit, dude. Why did she not drop a line? Why did she not? That's what women used to do. They drop a handkerchief. The guy picks it up. Boom, bang, organic thing. Like, girl, I can feel it. I can feel you saying your telepathic thing. Listen, All you girls that go and you talk about like, I'm gonna send a guy a telepathic message and if he doesn't pick up on it, then screw him. Y'all are gonna be cat women, for real. So she does that, feel it. I'm like, nah, this is demasculating. I'm not gonna do it. You need to do something. And the phone handing it to you, like, I got things to do. This is too much. So I bounce, okay? So I bounce. And as I'm leaving, every time, you can feel it. Yeah, don't starfish at the approach. Ladies, this is how you get approached by a man in 2024. Servitude and handkerchiefs.